as we talk about the competition itself, now we get to see the top 3 teams compete, right? Now we finally, how long has it's been a very long time since we have seen them all compete against each other. And the standings dictate that the Huntsmen, despite maybe having a little bit of a rocky middle of the season, if you're looking at from start to now, they look great, they sound great, and they're top of the boards. But when we go into this weekend, Katie, when you look at those top 3 teams, which of those 3 teams do you give the edge to and why?
So it's going to be tricky, right? You have, Dallas and Atlanta are in Group A, and Chicago is alone in Group B, I believe, or there's 2 of them. Yes. So right there, obviously, Chicago is going to have an easier time because it doesn't have one of the other behemoths in its group. But of the 3 of those, I give the edge to either Dallas or Atlanta, and I lean Dallas because Dallas, to get their second chip, beat Atlanta. Chicago, yes, they looked good and they came back and it was a solid event and Pristini looked good and they looked like they were firing on all cylinders. But I have to see consistency within that. I want to make sure that it wasn't a honeymoon period with Chicago. But at the end of the day, Arda, all 3 of these teams have won 2 tournaments. They're all incredibly stacked. Any of them could take this, but I would still lean toward Dallas and Atlanta probably of the 3.
So my follow-up question to that is, despite all that Chicago showed, in particular, Pristini coming in and how good they looked last tournament, why are we still saying this? Why are we still saying that Atlanta and Dallas are the stronger team, at least the way that we feel about it, given that all that Chicago has shown and changed recently, Emily? Like, why are we still saying that?
Because I think they actually looked better, like in game. Honestly, I don't mean to sound harsh. I think when we did our post Seattle home series show, I talked about how I really liked what I saw from Chicago, and I think they have the potential to be by far and away the best team. But I don't even think this is close to what they can achieve. And they could come out this weekend, completely blow everyone out of the water. That's definitely a possibility. But based on all 3 of these teams' most recent performances, I think Dallas looked the best by actually a pretty significant margin, I would say, in terms of actual in-game performance. I think Dallas has looked the best of these 3 teams. So that's actually why they're still my pick to take this, and why I still think they're the best team despite the actual point standings. Because if you remember, Dallas is behind in point standings primarily from the first week of league play, where they had a really disastrous first showing after the immediate patch change. And I think that's so far behind in the rearview mirror that it shouldn't even enter people's estimation of what this Dallas team is now. So yeah, I mean, that's for me, it's just based on my own eye test, and you guys can feel free to call me out and disagree. But I think based on the last performances I've seen from all 3 of these teams, Dallas has looked the best in game.